Good morning to all. Sorry for being late. Actually, I think being Saturday, there was some communication, some connection problem, technical problem. We could not start in the beginning. I'm audible to all? Okay, thank you. So today we have a very important topic, which is basically linked with the testing of precious metals like gold, silver, etc. And as we are all aware, there are basically two methods. One is destructive and the other is non-destructive method. The experts will explain better. But what I understand from my little knowledge, in the non-destructive method, we use X-rays, and obviously without weighing, nothing can be done. So weighing is the most important part everywhere. And the another is in which we are basically testing the chemical properties or the chemicals inside the precious metals, and we find that how much is it is pure. So today we have very important topics which are related with the physicochemical properties of gold, various gold testing methods, and what are the hallmarking guidelines, because as the government has made it mandatory to have all the precious metals including gold to have their hallmarking numbers. As we are all aware, 6-digit number, the experts will explain you, and now you can ensure that whether the gold taken by you or purchased by you is actually how much is the gold and how much has the purity, you can find with the help of this number. Large number of these gold testing centers are being established in the country with the help of government support, and but in the private sector also, when the government is supporting a lot. My request to all the participants will be to understand what is this thing and how we can, if we want or if we wish, we can become the gold testing assaying center, or how we can test or for the gold hallmarking for BIS laboratories. With this, we have with us from this World Gold Organization, Miss Ravina Rathod. We have with us Miss Neha Shinde. So welcome to all. I would like to request Miss Ravina if she wants to speak for 1 or 2 lines, please, and kindly introduce your organization. Ravina ji, can you speak, please? Okay, so now I would like to switch. Yeah, please, Neha ji, you may start, please. You are not audible.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Hi. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Myself Neha Shinde, and I'm representing Precious Metal Assay and Training Institute here. We are from the institute. We are working for the institute, and the institute is a part of World Gold Council. Sir, can I start the presentations because in my
Please,
presentation,
please.
yeah, in my presentation also we have the discussion of the topics about that institute. So if you allow me, I can share my presentation.
Please. You are already allowed. You can share.
Okay,
Please.
great. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Wait. Just give me a minute, please. Okay. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Ashutosh sir, for giving us this opportunity to present here in this webinar. So,
Please.
hello everyone. Good morning to you all. So, before starting with the actual topic, as sir has already introduced about today's topic, that we are going to discuss about properties of gold, what are the different various methods to test the gold, and also what are the hallmarking guidelines. So before our actual topic, let me tell you about our institute, that is Precious Metal Assay and Training Institute. This institute is a part of World Gold Council, a project run by World Gold Council. It's a not-for-profit company. The principal objective of our institute is to provide training and certification in the field of assaying. Because most of the time, what happened is there are many people who joined any organization and they got like on-job training. But if you are already trained, if you know what you have to do after joining any organization, then you can give more of your inputs, to improve the organization. So, if the ideas are clear, if the work, what exactly you have to do, if you know the things, then definitely it's always a good thing for you as well as to your organization. So, the main objective of our institute is to provide training and certification in the field of assaying. Also, to provide standardization and to promote best practices. Okay, because standardization is very important. If people are not following the same method, okay, then you just can't compare the things, you just can't compare the result. Okay, so that's the reason to have a standardization, to follow the best practices. We taught the all best practices and all standards over here in our particular training session. Also to provide learning opportunities, acquiring new techniques, and upgrading the analytical skills. Like whatever, if you know about the topic, then to upgrade about the topic is also very important. So all those things we do over here. Now, before moving with more about the institute, I would like to show you one video. I just hope this sound is audible to you. Just can you confirm that the sound is audible or not?
No, sound is not there.
No,
Yeah, sound is not there.
the sound is not there.
No, no.
Oh, okay. Uh, is there any way, like, how can I do? Uh,
What you can do, you can share it to Santosh ji. I think he will
okay.
share. Yeah, he will share it better.
Okay. So, but again, that will take time because the video is quite heavy, like more in
Okay.
size. So,
So what you do? What you do in the at the
Then
end of
click on
this
the
program?
share screen, then share the application with sound.
Oh,
Yeah,
Please
he
okay.
will
share
let you
the
know better.
screen.
Okay. So I need to
And
stop
then,
it now, right? Right now
yes,
I need
yes,
to stop.
stop it.
Okay.
Yes, stop
Okay.
sharing.
Okay. Okay.
And then click on sharing.
Click on sharing. Okay.
And then upper drop down menu, select the application with audio or video.
Okay. Share computer audio. Okay. 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 Perfect. Okay. Okay.
Let's look at some facts.
Yes,
Is it audible
audible.
now? Yeah.
Audible.
Great. Great.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Okay.
Indians adore gold, which is deeply rooted in our tradition and culture. Let's look at some facts. The average gold demand in India in the past decade has been around 800 to 900 tons per annum. There are lakhs of jewelers all over India. As BIS has made hallmarking mandatory in 2021, there is a need for assaying centers as well as trained assayers. To bridge this gap, the World Gold Council, with the support of all the industry associations, launched India's first Precious Metals Assay and Training Institute in 2018. This institute offers multiple courses of different duration to train students on different aspects of assaying. It is well equipped with modern amenities. With highly qualified and experienced faculty members and a curriculum that has been curated by some of India's most prestigious academic institutions. Precious Metals Assay and Training Institute offers state-of-the-art laboratories and cutting-edge equipment for hands-on training. It is a golden opportunity for aspirants, not to mention a great advantage for the industry as well. Precious Metals Assay and Training Institute, the beginning of an illustrious career in assaying.
Yes. So this is our video about institute. So why? Just a minute. Let me start my video. Okay. So yes, this is about our institute. And now the next thing is again the same thing, like, why one should choose PIMATI. So it's the first of its kind of institute. The institute inaugurated in the year 2018. And at that time, it was the first institute in India. And we have a very well qualified and experienced faculty. Our institute is also accredited by National Skill Development Corporation. We have a state-of-art laboratory with high quality standards, equipment, and all reference material reference standard. Structured learning approach with theory as well as practical. So it's not just we are taking training about the theory part or theoretical part, but this is the exact a good combination of theory as well as practical. You will get samples to do the practical for fire assay. Like we will give you 4 samples of different purity. So it's an exact combination of theory as well as practical. The campus infrastructure is at Indian Institute of Gems and Jewelry, IIGJ Mumbai, and the course content is developed by finest academic institution in the country. Here, I would like to take the name of the two academic institutions. The one is IIT Mumbai and COEP, College of Engineering Pune. So these two institutes have helped us to develop the curriculum. Faculty profile at the moment, there are 2 faculties, myself and Ms. Ravina. We both have the same industry experience of last minimum 7 to 8 years. We both are from the same like chemistry background. I have completed my MSc. Ravina is also a bachelor's of chemistry, a bachelor's of science in chemistry. So that's all about the thing. We both are like both the trainers are National Skill Development Corporation accredited trainers. Okay, this is our accreditation certificate. Okay, then these are our trainers certificate, certified trainer. So this is our lab with analytical lab, a RSA lab, then a modern classrooms. The equipments, very accurate and fine equipments like a microbalance. For gold testing, we need a microbalance. So we have 2 microbalances, XRF machine, all the setup for fire assay process. So all the equipments are there. Till now, we have trained more than 300 plus students. We are conducting free webinars. Earlier, when we started in 2018, at that time it was more about the classroom training. We have not started with the online part, but once COVID entered into our routine, then we have shifted from classroom training to the online sessions. So yes, we have conducted free webinars also, a series of webinar for conducted to many customers or jewelers. There are different modules which are available. Okay, what are the different modules? You can visit our website www.pmati.com.in. So over there you will get the details about all modules. A few of them we have mentioned over here. Basic certification course in gold assaying. Then now we have, see, when we started at that time, it was only about gold, but now from year 2022, we have also started silver. So basic certification course in gold and silver assaying we are offering. Apart from that, there are few people or few employees who are into QM, like quality manager. So they don't want to learn every detail. So for them, we are offering the course which is dedicated for only standards which are important to work in this industry. So Indian standards IS 1418, 1417, 15820. Now in our industry, basically in our lab, as sir mentioned, there are 2 methods, destructive method and non-destructive method. So few employees are working on non-destructive method, that is XRF. So for them, we are offering the session or the module only for XRF. So XRF principle and its instrumentation is also the one module which we have. Apart from that, fundamentals, like this course is for freshers, for students. This course is also for the people who are already working into the industry, who are working from last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But still, if they want to upgrade their knowledge, if they want to learn the basics, or I can say the principle or the theoretical part of it, then for them we have fundamentals of assaying, we have theory of assaying, and for a personnel who are already working, for them we are also offering weekend courses. Then we have a gold basic awareness course for traders, for jewelers, then theory of assaying and practical aspects of it. Now, the course is not just conducted over here in Andheri Institute or in Pimati Institute, but we are very flexible and we can come to the client site, we can come to the laboratories or the refineries or the assaying and hallmarking centers, and we can train their staff in their premises also. So these are the all courses which we are offering. And who can apply for this course is, prospective student, part-time students, business and industry. We are like, the people or the student who are coming, they are from the age group of 18 to 62, I can say. So that much age group people are coming for the training. In this, there are people who are already working for a very long time, and there are people who are absolutely fresher. So businessmen or industrial person, international students also. So we are from last 4 years, we have trained people from other countries also, like Dubai, Middle East, then Qatar, also from Saudi Arabia, from Africa, like from Ghana, and recently we have covered one batch for South American people. So yes, we are covering people from many other countries also. And yeah, there are a few glimpses of students who are performing fire essay in our lab. And we give a tremendous importance to safety, because if you are safe, you can work safe. Okay. And then only you can create a safe environment. That's the reason safety is very important for us. We always start our any module, we always starts with the safety part first. So yes, here you can see the people who are following the safety, PPEs, that is personal protective equipment. So yes, there are few images. Here, people who are doing drilling, then sampling, then cleaning up the bed or hammering, and yes, few groups of people. As I mentioned, we are having students from the age group of 18 to 62. So this gentleman, he came all together from Punjab to Mumbai to learn the sessions, and yes, his energy and his enthusiasm towards the topic was tremendous. So yes, this is about our prestigious client list. So we basically we are getting students from hallmarking center, from refineries, from banks also, from financial institution. So for banks, and yeah, national, international, from both the levels we are receiving students. For government, like Bureau of Indian Standard, we are also providing training on behalf of, like, the training program which are conducted by Bureau of Indian Standard. We go there as a visiting faculty and we provide the training. Apart from that, Indian government mint Hyderabad, Mumbai, then now Kolkata, and also again we are going to train for Kolkata IGM. So yes, these all are our prestigious client base. Yes, this is all about Pimati. If you have any doubts, any questions, as sir has already mentioned, you can type your question in the chat box, or the contact number and email ID is there in front of you. And if you required also after the session, I can give the details to share my details as well. So you can contact us for any query, or if you are interested to register or to enroll for any program. Okay, so this is all about Pimati. Now I would like to start with our main topic. Yes, sir. Would you like to have questions right now, or we can take it after the session? Ashutosh, sir?
It will be better to take the questions after the session. Please continue.
Yes, yes, sure. Let me share my next presentation with you all. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Sir, can we unmute few people to answer the questions? Few questions, like what they know about the subject, if we can, if we have time and if we can. Can we?
Right now.
No?
Right now.
Yeah, I mean, just
Right now. right now it will be difficult because
Okay,
otherwise
okay,
we have to make all of them finalists, and
okay,
again it will be, yeah, it will be
okay,
difficult.
okay. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, so now yes, dear students, now we'll start with our main topic, that is basic awareness of goal testing methods. So what are the different points which we are covering? The overview of these points, like what are the properties of gold? Then what are the different purities of gold? What are the various methods of gold testing? And we also will go through the recent hallmarking guidelines. Okay, now there are many people, of course the people from the industry, they know about it, but there are many common people who are still not knowing much about gold. If you ask them what is the purity of gold, they will tell you, yeah, I mean, it is 22 carat. They really don't know what is 22 carat. Okay, what is 22 carat? So is it 22 carat is 100% gold? No, not at all. Okay, so basically 24 carat is, instead of gold, we can say it is a gold alloy, because in 24 carat we have some base metals or some other metals also present. Okay, so my first question is like, what is gold? If we can ask what is gold, there are different questions actually in, it might be there in your mind as you are coming for this session. You might think कि हम लोग क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं. So what is gold? No, why we call it as a precious? Precious क्यों कहा जाता है? What are the examples of precious metal? Then what is alloy? If we talk about 22 carat, then what is the difference between 22 carat and 24 carat? So what is an alloy? Why we do this alloying? Then what are the different applications of gold? And of course, what are the different purities of gold which you can purchase into the market? So my first question is, what is gold? So gold, of course, everyone knows gold is a metal, right? So it's a transition metallic group 2 element. What is the color of gold? It is yellow in color. Like you think, you will tell me, yeah, I mean, we all know about, yeah, gold is always in yellow color. No, but nowadays in market, you can see a white gold, you can see a rose gold, you can see, pink gold. So we can get the different colors into the gold as well. So, but if you talk about a pure gold, then definitely a pure gold is always yellow in color. If someone is telling you that, hi, I have a pink gold of 22 carat, and I will give you that in a very less amount, but still don't get into such trap, because pure gold or 24 karat gold is always yellow in color. Okay, gold is dense, gold is ductile, and it is malleable. This is a beautiful property of gold, that is ductile and malleable, because of which we can make a very thin foil of gold. Okay, and also we can make a very thin wire of gold. Now, when we say about dense, what do you mean by dense? So, of course, gold is a denser metal than the other metal. If you take a silver, if you hold silver in one hand and gold in one hand, it's the same amount, like the same quantity, then you can feel the difference. Why? Because gold is a denser metal than the other metal. Okay, of course, there are PGM, platinum group metal, which are more denser than gold. But if you consider the a silver, copper, a regular base metal, then of course the gold is a denser one. Now the next question, if we are talking so much about density, then what is the density of gold? The answer for that, the density of gold is 19.3 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, now this particular property is very important, because in many industries I can see, not that much in India, but if you are importing gold, okay, then in that case there are many countries where people still dealing with the density measurement method. Okay, so the density of gold is 19.3 gram per centimeter cube. Now, what is the melting point of gold? It is very interesting, because we are like the person who are dealing with gold, or who are into analyzing gold, they are more interested into the melting point of gold. So the melting point of gold is 1064 degrees Celsius. So if you want to melt the gold, you have to reach to that temperature. If you just say, okay, fine, 900 is too much temperature, and I think at 900 it is, it is melting, but still it will not melt completely. If you want to melt gold completely, then you have to reach the temperature of 1064. The boiling point of gold is 2856 degrees Celsius, but we are not interested into it. Means we don't want to boil it. If you boil it, then it will be difficult. So just for your information, that the boiling point is 2856 degrees Celsius. This is some basic properties. If I add few more things, like in which acid gold will dissolve, like what is gold? And we also say that gold is a noble metal. Okay, why it is called precious? Because it is noble. Now what do you mean by noble? Noble is, just imagine, in one room, you have kept one gold bar and similar size one silver bar. and keep it as it is for a few, I can say, few weeks, okay, and just observe after a week what will happen. Does anything happen to gold bar? No, nothing will happen to gold bar. But to silver bar, yes, definitely. You can see some silver oxide layer on it. Okay, the shining of silver might get dull, but gold, nothing is going to happen. It will be as it is. Okay, so that's the reason we call it as a noble metal. It will not react with oxygen. You can wear gold jewelry and you can do your regular stuff, like you can do, regular activities, whatever your office work hoga ya jo kuch hoga, you can do it regularly. Even घर पे काम करते time, for example, if you're working into the kitchen, you can easily wear gold. Nothing is going to happen to it. So why? That is the beauty of gold. It's a noble metal. Okay. Why it is precious? Then definitely it is precious because it is rare. Okay, just imagine if we are getting gold easily everywhere. तो उसका कुछ meaning रहता? No. We have that value. Wow. When we say gold, it's like wow. So why? Because it's a rare metal. Of course, because of rare, it is expensive. Okay, and it is desirable. Everyone wants to purchase it. Now, so in Maharashtra, like soon on Wednesday 22nd, we are going to celebrate a festival Gudi Padwa. So on the occasion of Gudi Padwa, it is an auspicious thing to purchase gold. So we can say after 22nd, like on 23rd, 24th, there will be a gold report or gold analysis report that how much gold is purchased into the country and so on and so on. So it is basically a desire and I can say a tradition. In India, we are very blessed people that we are born in India, and we have a very beautiful tradition. Like every year, there are three auspicious मुहूर्त जिसे कहा जाता है, जहाँ पे हम लोग gold purchase करना बहुत auspicious मानते हैं. So yes, it is tradition, it is desire, and yes, शादियों में भी gold बहुत दिया जाता है. So this is like precious metal we can say. Now the next question is it gold is only precious? The answer is no. There are other metals also. So what are they? You can consider silver. Silver is also a precious metal. Then PGM. What do you mean by PGM? Platinum group metal. Okay. Now, what are the different metals which comes under platinum group metal? There are total 6 metal. Platinum, palladium, iridium, ruthenium, osmium, and rhodium. Those are the 6 metal which comes under PGM, and all those metals are called as precious metal. Okay. Okay, now the next question is what is alloy? What is alloy? I'm pretty sure everyone knows what is alloy. Alloy is basically a mixture of 2 or more metal. Okay, it is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more metal. Now, why we do alloying? What is the need of alloy? Because gold is having a very beautiful property that gold is very soft metal. Okay, if you make any jewelry of 20 to 24 karat metal, 24 karat gold, then after a few time, like after certain time, after a few days I can say, or after a few months, after a few years, the shape of the jewelry may get changed. And a 24 karat gold you can easily mold, or you can easily change the shape of it because it is very soft in nature. So just imagine if you are spending amount like 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, okay, and you're purchasing something, and after a few days or few months, if the shape of that item is not going to be like the same as you have purchased, then there is no point to purchase it, right? I mean, you're like, अरे यार ये तो change हो गया. So we don't want that, and that's the reason we want that the mechanical or the strength of the jewelry should be as it is, and that's the reason we do the alloying of it. Okay, so what is alloy? Alloy is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more metal. And why we do alloying? We do alloying to enhance its mechanical properties and also to give the color. Means what? If you remember, I said in gold, of course, gold is yellow color, but there are few other colors like pink gold, rose gold, white gold is there. So sometime what they can do is they can do the rhodium plating to get the white color. Apart from that, what they can do, they can add palladium into it or platinum into it or nickel into it. In India, you can get in white gold, you can get nickel contained more. Okay, so we do alloying to achieve color. Earlier, yellow color was like, if you want to purchase something of gold, then definitely you will go for yellow color. But nowadays, with the new generation coming, we are liking the color change into the gold. Like we are sometimes we prefer white gold, sometimes we prefer platinum. So that's the reason we do the alloying to get a different color. You can get rose color, you can get the pink color, you can get a white color. Okay, so here when I say white color, yellow is common, that's a 22 carat. But if I say pink gold, then in that case, see, you have, if you're changing the color of gold, you have to compromise with gold percentage. Okay, so if you're purchasing white gold, you might not get 22 carat, you will get 18 carat. Why? Because 18 carat is a lesser percentage than gold, like the pure gold. So whatever the remaining amount is there, that amount is filled by the base metal to get that color. Okay, for example, if you consider 14 karat gold, what do you mean by 14 karat gold? If you consider 14 karat purity, that is 58.5%. Okay, so whatever the remaining amount is there, out of 100, 58.5% is your pure gold. And whatever the remaining amount is there, that amount is your base metal. Okay, like the other metal, whether it can be a silver, it can be a copper, it can be any other metal which is added to get the color of it. Okay, so here you can see on 14 karat yellow gold, you can get 58.5% pure gold, then 12.5% silver, 25.5% copper, and 3.5% zinc. So the concentration of gold is getting lowered if you are changing the color or if you are changing the ratio of it. Okay, in rose gold also you can say 58.5% gold is there, 33.5% copper is there, and 8% silver is there. This is not a fixed ratio. The manufacturer of alloy manufacturer or jeweler can change the ratio based on their requirement. Okay, now the next part is what are the different applications of gold. So gold कहाँ पे use होता है? First thing will come into your mind is of course jewelry. So yes, it is used in jewelry, no doubt. Apart from that, there are other uses of gold also. What are those? Have you ever seen the what I can say the TVs or laptop in open condition? You can see the yellow dots in it. So what do you mean by that yellow dot? So that is nothing but the precious metal. Okay, it is called printed circuit board of electronics. In that, gold is used. Okay, why? Because of its property of become noble. Okay, so that is one use of your gold. Apart from that, gold is used in Olympic medal. Olympic medal में normally जो gold medal रहता है. So of course, when Olympics started long back, at that time the gold medal was made up of 100% gold, but not now. Now what they are doing is they are making gold medal of 925 silver. Okay, on top of it, they are plating it with approx 6 gram of gold, pure gold. Okay, so that is one use of gold. Apart from that, in food industry also gold is used. जो मिठाई मिलती है, जो स्नैक्स स्वीट्स मिलते हैं, काजू कतली इज अ वेरी फेमस स्वीट ऑल ओवर द इंडिया. सो काजू कतली के ऊपर सिल्वर फॉइल रहता है. सिमिलरली नाउअडेज दे हैव स्टार्टेड गिविंग गोल्ड फॉइल. So that is one use of gold in food industry. Apart from that, one important use is, or one common use I can say, is Sona Chandi Chawanprash. So the Dabur ka Sona Chandi Chawanprash, see, we are not doing any ad over here, but that is the fact that they claim it. We don't know, like we have not visited their manufacturing, whether they are adding it or not, but they are claiming it, that, Sona Chandi. Why? Because a little amount of gold is also important for brain development. So that's the reason, the one use is over there. Apart from that, gold, where it is used in medical industry. Dentist, sona bhara, chandi bhari, we say it. So yes, in that particular field, gold is used. Then also the equipment which are used for surgery. जो ऑपरेशन में बड़े बड़े इक्विपमेंट्स यूज होते हैं, वो इक्विपमेंट के जो टिप रहते हैं, जो टिप जो बॉडी के कांटेक्ट में आने वाला है, द टिप is also coated with gold. Why? Because gold is noble. It will not react, whatever the inside material. For example, our body is what? Our body is acidic, right? So if equipment comes in contact with that acid, it should not react with it, and that's the reason. Also, the equipment are coated. The tip of the equipment is coated with your precious metal, or I can say gold. Okay, so these are the various uses of gold. So what we discussed, one is jewelry, then also industrial applications are there, coins and medals. Of course, gold is used as a net investment and also used for the de-hedging purpose. Okay, now earlier फोटोग्राफिक जो होता था, फोटोग्राफी जो हम लोग कैमरास होते थे, वहां पे फोटोग्राफिक फिल्म में गोल्ड का यूज होता था. बट नाउ इन मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी दे आर नॉट यूजिंग इट, बट अर्लियर दे यूज्ड टू यूज दिस गोल्ड मेटल. Now we'll move ahead with the next topic, that units. What are the different units which people are using while dealing with gold? a very important part is carat. Now on screen you can see there are two images, carat, K-A-R-A-T, and carat, C-A-R-A-T. Now, most of the time when I ask people now which carat you will use for gold, they said, oh, carat is what? A city. No, but for gold, you have to use capital K. Okay, if you're using CT, then the CT is for diamond and not for gold. In diamond, CT belongs to the weight of it, whereas in gold, capital K, carat, belongs to purity of it. Okay, so which unit you will use? You will use carat, capital K, and the highest caratage is 24 carat. Now, what do you mean by 24 carat? 24 carat, everyone knows. By 24 carat, matlab kya? It is pure gold. It is 100% gold. But wait, gold, you will never get 100%. You will always get 999, 4959. Now, what is 49? 49? No, 49 means 999.9. 59 means 999.99. You will never get 100% gold. If you give extra money, then also you're not going to get, because refining of 100% gold is very difficult. Okay, so what is the unit of gold? Normally, when we talk in usual, not common language, it is carat, capital K. Now, if you're working with lab, and or if you check to like, if you're purchasing to jewelry, then in that case you can ask about PPT. Like you can see the word somewhere, or PPT. What do you mean by PPT? So I can see there are many students. So yes, we all know what is PPT. It is parts per thousand. Okay, so to discuss gold, like to talk about gold, we usually use the fineness term. So if you're talking about fineness, then you can use the unit PPT, parts per thousand. Okay. Now here, what do you mean by parts per thousand? Of course, something into thousand. For example, if I talk 995 gold, 99.5, 995. So just multiply percentage into 10, you will get the answer in PPT. Okay. So 995 means what? Out of 1000, 995 is pure gold, and whatever remaining thing is there, that is your other metal. Okay, now how to convert this carat into PPT? These terms are very common in our day-to-day activity in lab, so that's the reason we have covered it, like carat, fineness, PPT. So how to convert this carat into percentage? So there is a very simple formula. If you want to convert 18 carat gold, then 18 into 100 divided by 24, you will get answer 75. Now here, if you want to convert it into fineness, then 18 into 1000 divided by 24 will gives you answer in PPT, that is 750. Okay, so this is about units. Now next, again, if you want to convert 22 carat gold, then you can use the formula 22 into 100 divided by 24, that is 91.6%. If you want to have answer in PPT, then the answer 22 into 1000 divided by 24 will gives you answer in PPT, that is 916. Okay. Now the next is, you can see on screen there is one table which can show you 9 carat se leke 24 carat tak. These are different caratage of gold which are, people are using all over the world. In each and every world, the caratage or the fineness is different. Means the lower fine, different means that will be same, but in each country, people might use some different fineness. For example, if you take example of European countries, that too United Kingdom, then in United Kingdom, people are using lower fineness as 9 carat. You can go and you can purchase 9 carat jewelry in UK, in United Kingdom. You can sell 9 carat jewelry in United Kingdom. Okay, but in US, jewelry standard starts from 10 carat. So if you want to purchase jewelry, any kind of jewelry in US, then you will get it above 10 carat only. It is not legal to purchase or to purchase a 9 carat jewelry, because caratage starts from 10 carat in US. If you take example of India, in India the minimum caratage is 14 carat. So you can purchase jewelry of 14 carat in India. Okay. So what are the different caratage in India? That we will see in our hallmarking section. But this is something which is important, that in each and every country, they have their different rules and regulation, or they have their different standards, I can say. Okay. So what is 9 carat? 9 carat is 37.5%, which is nothing but 375 PPT. So out of 1000, 375 PPT pure gold will be present. Rest everything will be your base metal. Now, in India, we have over here in Mumbai, we have SIBS area. Sibs area where there are many jewelry manufacturers are there, and what they do, they prepare, like they manufacture the jewelry and they export it to the other countries. Okay, so maximum over there the jewelry which they're manufacturing is of 9 carat and 14 carat. Why? See, the yellow color jewelry is very famous in India, but not outside India. If you go to US, if you go to UK, you will not find yellow color jewelry. Though those people, they don't like yellow color jewelry. Like they don't have that desire to purchase yellow color jewelry, whereas they purchase a white color jewelry. That's the reason platinum, palladium, or white gold is very famous in outside the country. Okay, why? Because of their skin tone. See, if we wear white color, then it will not that much. It will उतना दिखेगा नहीं वो. But if you wear if you wear yellow gold, then it will be like wow, it looks like shiny, right? So that's the reason in each and every country they have a different standards, and accordingly they are working. We are into India, so definitely what we have to work as per our Bureau of Indian Standard, whatever standards they have given. So minimum caratage in India is 14 carat. If you purchase something and after purchasing, if you identify the purity of that particular gold is lesser than 14 carat, then you can you can clear you can complain about that and you can get your refund. Okay, so if you're purchasing 14 carat, you should get 14 carat, not below to that. Okay, so this is about how to convert your caratage into PPT and a first basic chapter, like first chapter of properties of gold. Okay, now next we'll move ahead with what are the different various technique method. Okay, now here in testing method, as we know about destructive and non-destructive. So apart from those method, like there are two methods which are approved and accredited, or can say authorized by Bureau of Indian Standard. So of course we'll see the principle of those two methods also. Apart from that, there are few other methods which you can quickly use and you can try to identify. Of course, not 100%, not at all. It is just something to get confidence कि मैंने जो purchase किया है वो proper है या नहीं है. Okay, so there are few methods which are used like that. Number one is visual inspection. Always remember, anytime if you're purchasing anything, or if you are if you get any jewelry or any metal, always a very important part is just inspect it visually. Like what is it? What is the color of it? Is there any discoloration? Sometimes you can see the discoloration of it. Okay, why? Because it happens that people are adding something inside, like the base metal is different and it is coated with some other metal. So visual inspection is important. So first, visually inspect your material or your metal. Okay, visual inspection is one part of authentication. And on that visual inspection, आप क्या देखोगे? You have to check for the caratage. If at all there is any mark, okay, if at all there is any mark, it can be a hallmark, it can be a trademark. Of course, trademark is not acceptable now. Hallmark should be there. If at all there is a hallmark, you need to check the hallmark. Now, what kind of marking you will get over there? You can get some fineness mark, 585, 750. If the jewelry is very old, then in that case the hallmarking might not be there. So in that case, you should look for the trademark or any purity mark. Is there anything like 585, 750, 833, 916, or something like that, 958? So if at all there is any mark, that you need to check. You need to check for the color discoloration. If at all there is, everything is yellow, but somewhere I can see some change into the shade of the color, shade of that yellow color, then that you need to check. So visual inspection is important. The heft of the item, the weight of the item is also very important. Sometimes you might get it is very heavy, so it may not be possible that the small item can be so heavy, so you need to check the heft of it. Okay, after that, visual inspection. For visual inspection, you can use the magnifying glass. So that is one thing which you can use. After visual inspection, there is again one thing, that is gold coin bite test. Of course, it is not very common, or it should be done by the expert only, or else you can harm your teeth. So don't do it. Don't bite it very hardly. Slightly bite करना है, but this is applicable only for a 24 karat gold. Olympics में या कोई भी जब गेम होता है, तब हम लोग देखते हैं at the end winners ना, ये एक बहुत famous pose है उनका. So of course photographer उन्हें बोलते हैं वो pose देने के लिए. But apart from that, earlier when people used to have the pure gold into the medal, at that time there's something called as bite test. Your teeth marks will be there on that particular metal. Okay, so if at all you're working into refinery or something, or if you can see a very small gold coin, and if you want to test it just for your information, then you use this method also. But this is something which is very just give you a rough idea, because lead is very soft metal. So if at all lead is there in between, and on top of it, if gold is there, then this is a fail method. So this is just for your information. Okay, gold coin bite test. Nitric acid test or acid test is there. So what we do over here is, whatever gold item is there, just scratch it a little bit. Okay, scratch it a little bit, and just add or have 1 drop of acid, 1 drop of nitric acid on it. Okay, and you can see the reaction. If at all there is no reaction, congratulations, आपका sample pure gold है. If at all there is some reaction, for example, अगर आपको green color के fumes दिख रहे हैं, या if you are seeing some bubbles or some reddish color, some reaction is happening, then hard luck. You might not have a pure gold, but there is something inside. Okay, so that way you can test with the help of acid test. Which acid you can use over here? You can use nitric acid, but again, nitric acid is not very user friendly. So you have to take a proper safety precaution, wear a proper PPEs, that is personal protective equipment. And if you have a lab, then only you can do it. Don't try this into the home. But yeah, jewelers can perform it because they have the required things. So yes, this is one thing. That is a nitric acid test. You can see for the reaction, if you can see a white color precipitate, which indicate it is a sterling silver. Outside, inside it is silver, on top of which gold is coated. Okay, why? Because gold will react with nitric acid to form, silver will react, the silver which is inside, that silver will react with nitric acid to form silver nitrate. वो white आपको एक acid मिलेगा. So it will get reacted into it. So that's the reason you need to, you can identify whether it is pure gold or not. Okay, so this is again a nitric acid test. A very important is a magnet test. All laboratories like refinery के जितने भी labs होते हैं, hallmarking जितने labs होते हैं, everywhere magnet is there. So magnet test is also important test. Everyone should have a magnet, but of course not a small magnet. You should have a big magnet which can attract, that much with a force. So magnet should be there. This is an acid test which require a very strong magnet. Okay, gold is a non-magnetic, right? So if you can see the pressure or a pull towards the magnet, then you can say it's a fake gold. Okay, and for pure gold, of course, there is no reaction or there is no pull, there is no force. So this is about a magnet test. This is also the one which is a very commonly used method. Touchstone method. Touchstone method is also the one method which is again not approved and authorized by BIS, but there are many jewelers who perform this method, and there are many what I can say the financial institution who provide loan against gold. So those people also do this particular testing, touchstone method. There is one stone, okay, and what you have to do is whatever the unknown material, आपके पास जो भी sample है, वो sample आपको वो stone के ऊपर rub करना है. Okay, just rub your sample on the stone and check with the help of acid. And if you're getting over here some color difference, and you need to compare the color difference between a unknown sample and a known sample, you will get touch needles. This entire kit of the stone and the needle is available in the market as well. Like you can put, like there are jewelers who purchase it. If you're interested, you can do that, and you can test it on that particular stone. You have to do one unknown metal, like whatever the sample you have, usko aapko ek baar rub karna hai, and upon the next to it, you need to rub the touch needles. Okay, and then use acid to check the color difference. If the reaction of that particular unknown sample is matching with any of the needle, you can check, you can confirm that maybe this metal is present. But again, accuracy is not very high. So this is again just to get idea whether it is gold or not. Okay, so that is called a touchstone technique. So what we do over here is just touching the metal with the acid, and to identify whether it is pure gold or any caratage or anything, that way touchstone method is rubbed. Apart from that, we have a density test. This is also one test which is commonly used by a few people, not that much common in India, but in Africa, I can say, like, we train those people. So I know there are many people in Africa who are still using density measurement test. As I already mentioned, the density of gold is 19.3 gram per centimeter cube. And what they do is basically this method works on the Archimedes principle. Okay, the weight of the object in air and the weight of the object in water is different. So based on the difference and by using the formula, we are calculating that what is the density of that particular metal, and that's the way we do it. If you have a pure gold, then you will get at a density 19.3. If you have a carat gold, like 22 carat hai, yeah, if you're getting lower caratage, then the density will change. Why? Because in lower carat metal, along with gold, there are other base metal are also present. The density of silver is less than gold, the density of copper is less than gold. So when you make alloy, that alloy will not be showing the property of only gold, but alloy will show the property of all metal. Okay, so accordingly, density of the lower metal, that is lower gold, will be different than the actual 24 karat gold. So based on that, you can identify which metal is present. But again, this is not that much accurate. Now, whatever method we discussed so far, how many methods we discussed? We discussed about your first visual inspection, then coin bite test, nitric acid test, magnet test, touchstone test, and your density measurement. All this testing method are just to give you idea whether it is gold or not, or that again, if you do any one method, then on that you cannot decide whether I have to purchase it or not. To decide, compulsorily you have to perform any other method, like any one method from this two, XRF or your piracy. Any one method out of this two method you have to use to identify which caratage are present. Okay, so the next method which is approved and most commonly used all over the world, that is XRF. What is XRF? It is X-ray fluorescence spectroscopy. It is X-ray fluorescence spectroscopy. Now, what exactly we do in XRF method? As sir mentioned about non-destructive and destructive method. So XRF is a non-destructive method. Okay. So in XRF machine, we have basically three models which are available. The one is benchtop model. The other is your portable model, which you can bring from one lab to another. And the third one, which we have, is a handheld machine. Okay, handheld, it is also called as XRF gun. So we can carry this gun from one location to another. Okay, and basically the gun is used for the refineries, and that too in the case of mining. Okay, during mining, the gun is very useful method, like a machine, to analyze what is the concentration or composition of ore inside it. Okay, so these are three models which are available. In laboratories, we have a portable machine and a benchtop machine. What is XRF? It is X-ray fluorescence spectroscopy. Okay. Now, in this particular method, what we use, like, what is the principle of it? So what we do is, it is a non-destructive. So you just need to keep your sample into the machine at the designated point, and you need to click on the machine start, and you need to wait for 30 to 40 seconds to get the result. Okay. This is a quantitative analysis. There is a qualitative and quantitative, two types of analysis. Now, what is qualitative and quantitative? Quantitative, what is quantitative? Quantitative is one in which you can identify the quantity of it. How much metal is present in your sample, that you can identify with the help of quantitative analysis. Okay, so what is the principle of this particular method? First, we bombard primary X-rays on the sample. Okay, so principle, what we do is, the primary X-rays are bombarded on the sample, as a result of which secondary X-rays will be emitted by the sample, and those secondary X-rays will get detected by the detector to identify which metal is present and how much is the composition of the metal is there. Okay, so principle that individual atoms, when excited by an external energy source, they emit X-ray photon of characteristic energy. Each and every metal, जो आपका gold होगा, silver होगा, so each and every metal, they will emit their characteristic energy. Okay, the energy of gold and silver will not get combined. आपको gold की energy जो है वो आपको different ही होगी. Okay, so based on the composition, based on the intensity, we identify, based on the wavelength and based on the intensity, we identify that which metal is present and how much is the concentration of that metal. Okay, by counting the number of photon of each energy emitted from a sample, the elements present may be identified and quantified. After XRF, the next what we have is the fire assay method. Fire assay method is a destructive method and also the well approved and authorized by many laboratories. Okay. In India, compulsory you have to do the fire assay before releasing hallmarking. Before doing hallmarking to the entire lot, you have, according to sampling, you have to do the first sampling and you need to do the fire assay for it. Also in refineries, people do the fire assay. Without fire assay, it is the most accurate method to identify the composition of the sample. Okay. Now, what is the principle of it? The gold alloys are inquartered with silver, okay, and then compounded with lead and cupelled in a cupellation furnace until a precious metal button, that is Dy.Dir bead, is formed. Then we need to flatten it, we need to roll it, and then we need to extract the silver which we have added and the silver which is already present by using nitric acid, which is called as parting. And after that, we need to weigh it. Now, to avoid a systematic error, we are also running standard proof along with it. Okay. Now, before moving this, before telling you this method in detail, I would like to show you one video of it. So yes, here is the video. Just let me know if it is audible or not.
Gold has been favored as both jewelry and investment.
Okay.
Gold has been favored as both.
Is it audible? Can anyone confirm?
Yes, it is audible. Very well audible.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
So yes.
Jewelry and investment, especially in India. Hence, the matter of its purity becomes very important. In the gold and jewelry industry, purity can be accurately determined by the process of assaying. Let's find out how exactly it all unfolds. We'll begin with the oldest known method of assaying gold, fire assay. A very small amount is drilled off from unrefined gold. It's called Dy.Dir or scrap and becomes the sample for assaying. A preliminary analysis of the sample is done on an XRF machine and its composition is determined. On the basis of this analysis, calculations for quotation are done and the samples are weighed on a highly sensitive analytical balance. They are then wrapped in lead foil and deposited into preheated shallow porous containers called cupels that are placed in a cupellation furnace of a desired set temperature. The base metals present in the sample get oxidized, leaving behind just the precious metals. The samples are allowed to cool, after which the precious metal beads are separated and manually cleaned. The beads are annealed and then hammered or pressed, depending on what is required, and then rolled into cornets. The cornets include silver, which must now be eliminated by a process called parting. The cornets are washed twice with concentrated nitric acid, which completely dissolves the silver without affecting the gold. All the silver has now been flushed out, leaving behind just the gold. The washed gold cornet is left to cool and dry. It is then subjected to annealing to make it cohesive, homogeneous and rigid. It is cooled again and weighed. This completes the fire assay process. Gold purity can also be determined by spark spectrometry and ICP spectrometry. Spark spectrometry involves igniting a high-energy spark generated by highly charged ionized argon gas. The light emitted provides simultaneous quantitative analysis of gold. During ICP spectroscopy, high energy plasma is generated by highly charged ionized argon gas. This provides the energy for absorption spectroscopy, which is the basis of quantitative analysis. It's a highly sensitive technique that can determine purity down to parts per billion. Next time you marvel at your gold, remember that assaying has a big role to play in ascertaining its purity. Thanks to assaying, all that glitters is actually gold.
Okay, so yes, this is one video about the technical video about the fire assay. You can see this video in our YouTube channel. On YouTube, you can type PMATI, and you can see the video if you are interested. So yes, fire assay is a non-destructive method, which is most commonly used method. Okay, in this method, the main principle of the method is weighing. We weigh the sample in first stage, and then we weigh the pure gold which we found after completing the entire process. So weighing is the main major principle of the entire method, and that's the reason for to do the weighing, we are using microbalance. Okay, microbalance with the sensitivity or accuracy 0.001 milligram. Here, the accuracy of the balance is very important. If you change the accuracy, because the cost is also that much. Like if you purchase the balance with the accuracy or sensitivity 0.001, the cost of this balance is around 5 to 6 lakhs. Okay, but if you are like, I don't want to purchase 0.001, I don't have that much money, or I don't want to spend that much money, which is a normal, attitude, or I can say the mindset of people here, that, no, I don't want to spend that much money in lab. I'll do one thing, I'll purchase 0.01 milligram balance, because the price of 0.01 milligram balance is around 2 lakhs. So see the difference. 3 lakhs you can save just because of 1 0. But if you want to do fire assay, or if you want to, you're testing gold, if you're analyzing gold, then you just can't compromise over there. You have to purchase balance with the accuracy 0.001 milligram. That is as per requirement of Indian standard. And also, because see, when we are working with gold, a main a main point, or I can say the major difference, is after the decimal point. If you are like, because see, we are working with 999.99 purity gold. So see how much accuracy we need. So after decimal point, if you're interested in 2 digits, then you need to purchase balance, which is showing accuracy of 3 digits. Then only you can trust on last 2 digits. Okay, that's the basic calculation. So it is very important to focus on the correct equipment. If you are not purchasing correct equipment, then again, the entire fire assay method, it takes around 3 to 4 hours of time. Okay, it's not very simple method. If you talk about XRF, it is very quick. Within few seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, you will get your one result. But also in XRF, you just can't, in non-destructive method, you just can't trust a single reading. You have to take 3 to 4 readings, and then you need to declare the average. Okay, that is very important. The homogeneous sample. What do you mean by homogeneous? Homogeneous is the sample with having a correct or same purity in the entire, everywhere the sample should have a same composition. In the top layer, if the sample is showing some different result, in the bottom layer, if sample is showing some different result, that is not correct sample, or it is not called as homogeneous. A homogeneous sample plays very important role, and that's the reason sampling is also very important. Okay, so in fire assay, the machinery part or the equipment of that is microbalance plays a very important role. Whatever sample you have, for example, if you have a 22 karat gold. What is 22 karat gold? Is 91.6% of gold, and remaining is your impure other base metal, or silver, etc. So here, at the end of fire assay, we will identify pure gold, how much pure gold is present, which means you need to get rid of silver and other base metal. So in the entire 3 to 4 hours process, in each step, we are taking care that simultaneous, or we are getting removed the base metal. So cupellation is the one method where we get rid of the base metal, and then parting is one method where we get rid of the silver. Okay, and at the end we left only with the pure gold. And then we compare the things based on using the formula. We compare the things and we identify how much pure gold is present, and based on that we do the things. Now here, negative tolerance is not allowed. If you are saying 91.6, and if you're getting result like 89 point something or 90 point something, then the result is not acceptable. 91.6, you should get answer 91.6, 91.7, 91.8, but not below to that. Okay, so negative tolerance is not accepted in the gold analysis. That is a very important point. So yeah, these are a few images. Like we do the charging, then we get the doorway bid, then we do the hammering, and then we make a cornet out of it. So from that cornet, we get rid of silver, and at the end, you will get a pure gold cornet, and you need to weigh that. So weighing is very important. So what are the different methods over here? There are the methods we have classified into two types: ancient method and modern method. In ancient method, we have a fire assay, we have a touchstone, we have density measurement, okay, and also a parting process or a false fire assay process. Fire assay is a destructive one. Touchstone is a partially destructive, it's not completely destructive. Density measurement is non-destructive. Okay, then modern method, we have an electronic gold pen, which is not that much commonly used in India. India, so it is again non-destructive. XRF, AAS, ICP, OES. These are spectroscopic methods, which are the new methods, or I can say the advanced method. Okay, so AAS, what is that? Atomic absorption spectroscopy. Okay, then ICP OES is inductively coupled plasma optical emission spectroscopy. There is one more method which is very I can say the new method or advanced method, which is used for the finished product analysis, that is SPARC OES, SPARC optical emission spectroscopy. So in our session, in our training program, we provide training in fire assay, in XRF in detail. Apart from that, all the methods which are there, we discuss the overview of each and every method. Being into the industry, you should know about what are the different methods which are used in the industry all over the world. You just can't think about, if I'm working in India, so I should know everything about Indian thing. But yes, of course, 100% you should know about Indian thing. But apart from that, what is there globally, that also you should know. So that's the reason we are covering all the methods, like the overview of all the methods. So now you know what is destructive and non-destructive. What is destructive? Destructive is something in which if you are using a destructive method, then you will not get the sample in the same form. Try to understand. If you are using the non-destructive, then it's all fine. The same sample, you will keep the sample for the non-destructive method analysis. At the end, you will get your sample as it is. But if it is destructive, then in that case, you will not get your sample in the same form. For example, fire assay. In fire assay, we cut the sample. We take sample weight approx 125 to 250 milligram in case of jewelry. So that much sample we cut, okay, and we do the entire fire assay. So it is destructive. If you give me a ring for the fire assay analysis, I'll cut your ring. So I'll not give your ring as it is, right? Of course, I will return the metal, whatever I have cutting, whatever the pure gold is there, that I will return to you. But still, I will not give you your ring in the same form. Okay, so fire assay is a destructive. The principle of the method is weighing principle. Touchstone is a partially destructive, and the principle is color comparison, the method principle. Density measurement is non-destructive. What you have to do is you need to keep your you need to take the weight of your jewelry in air and in water. So nothing else. You're not going to react it with any chemical or anything like that. So it is a non-destructive method. Now in density measurement, of course, there are some limitations. Like if your jewelry is having some diamonds or stones or pearls, then you can't use density measurement, because diamonds and stone will be having some weight, additional weight, right? So that way that will not give you the correct result. So that is a non-destructive, and it works on the Archimedes principle. Then electronic gold pen is again a non-destructive, and it works on the capacitance decay, the principle. XRF is non-destructive. It works on emitted X-ray measurement. AAS, ICP, they are destructive. Means for AAS, you have to take some sample. You have to take some 50 milligram of sample, and you need to dissolve that sample. So it is a destructive method. Okay, absorption spectroscopy works on the absorption line measurement. ICP OES works on emission line measurement. Similarly, we have Spark OES, which is again, worked as a emission line measurement principle. Especially spectroscopic methods are used to study the trace metal of the trace metal present. Okay, for example, in India, there are 4 metals which are banned into the jewelry. For cadmium, then the next is iridium, ruthenium, osmium. If these 4 metals are present in your sample, you are not authorized to do hallmarking of it. Cadmium, iridium, ruthenium, and osmium. Okay, why cadmium? Because cadmium is harmful to human health. Cadmium, basically they use it for soldering. Okay, in like if you just have around nowadays, I think from 2017, cadmium jewelry is banned in Indian industry. You might have seen 24 kdm. हमारे यहाँ 24 kdm jewelry मिलेगा. KDM. What do you mean by KDM? There is nothing like KDM. It is actually a cadmium. Okay, so but from 1st January 2017 they have banned it, so we cannot use, like, you cannot use cadmium into it. Okay, if you are in a hallmarking center, if you are working in a laboratory where you found the jewelry contain cadmium, you need to reject the jewelry. Okay, apart from that, iridium, ruthenium, and osmium, these 3 metals are also not allowed in Indian industry. Why? Because they can add on weight. In milk, people are adding water to increase the volume. Similarly, in gold, people can add iridium. People, in the sense, the refiners or the first user of it, they can add iridium, ruthenium, osmium to increase the weight of the jewelry. Okay, and this bad practice was started somewhere in late 90s. Okay, at that time, the cost of iridium was cheaper than gold. That's the reason they have added it. But now currently, if you check the cost of iridium, it is more than gold. So now people are not adding purposefully iridium, but the iridium which is there into the cycle, the same iridium is still into the market. Why? Because it is difficult to remove the iridium from the system. Basically, what we are doing in gold, see, what type of gold we are receiving. Either we have a scrap gold, or we are, the old gold, we are melting it. So if in the old gold there is iridium or osmium or ruthenium is present, the same thing is going to get repeat into the new jewelry also. So that is the reason these 4 metals are not allowed into the into our industry. And if you found that, you cannot do the hallmarking of it. Okay, the jewelry, you cannot hallmark the jewelry. Okay, so cadmium, especially you can focus on cadmium, because still if you get the cadmium, you can reject that jewelry. And cadmium is not good for the health. It is a carcinogenic metal, and that's the reason it is banned. Okay, now after that, so whatever different methods we have discussed, if you just compare those if you just compare those methods, then you can see the best method as per accuracy is fire assay. That's the reason in all over the world, you can take example of Switzerland mint, you can take example of Canadian mint, you can take example of American mints or UK mints. Everywhere people are following fire assay method. Non-destructive के लिए XRF is fine, but if you have to do the commercial activities, means what? If कुछ transaction करना है, अगर आप किसी से कुछ purchase कर रहे हो, then in that case, to get the exact purity, fire assay is the most commonly and most accurate method. What is the accuracy of it? 0.02%. Just imagine, 0.02%. If you convert that into PPT, it is 0.2 PPT. Okay, so it is very important, this method particular, and the cost of it is approx $50,000, we can say. And yeah, there are a few modifications you have to do if at all nickel and palladium is present. But in India, we are not adding that much of nickel because white color ka jewelry itna market mein nahi chalta. But still, in case if you have a nickel, then there are few options of what to do, how to do, which we are discussing in our regular sessions. Okay, then the next is we have ICP, that is inductively coupled plasma. Here, the sample size is approximately 50 milligram, 60 milligram sample is required. 20 milligram is mentioned over here, but actually people are using around 50 to 60 milligram. The accuracy is 0.1%. The cost of the equipment is very high. If you take the example of spectroscopic now, the ICP का cost आपका जाएगा around 50 to 60 lakhs based on the आपको क्या requirement है application की. So but still it will above 50 lakhs. Okay. XRF, if you check XRF, it is non-destructive as we all know, but there are few limitations. What are those? It is a surface layer testing. The X-rays can penetrate through 8 to 10 microns only. That is the property of X-ray. X-ray can penetrate through gold only 8 to 10 micron. If you have some other metal present below to that 10 micron, then it is difficult to identify with the help of XRF. If just imagine if you have silver on top of which a heavy layer of gold is there, then it is difficult to detect that silver. You can detect only gold. Okay, so that way you might buy something different where you have spent something different and you're buying something different. So XRF ka limitation ye hai that it is a surface layer analysis. Okay, and it is always a good idea to get a flat sample. If you have a curved sample, then X-rays cannot give you correct result. I mean, there are possibilities of shielding effect. So it is always a good idea to have a flat sample for XRF analysis. The cost is moderate. Like you can get X-rays machine, XRF machine from around, nowadays the cost is increased, so you can get it from 30 lakhs, 32 lakhs से आपका एक शुरुआत हो जाएगा. But if you want to purchase machine just for gold, silver, copper, that is also called as carat meter, which is used by the jewelers. So that machine is also available around 5 to 6 lakhs, 6 to 7 lakhs also. So depending on the accuracy you require, the machine cost will go here and there. So that your application you can discuss with your manufacturer and you can choose your machine. Touchstone method is also there, but it is not that much accurate. The accuracy is 1 to 2%, that is 10 to 20 ppt. Okay, the cost is very less. I mean, if you just go to Zaveri Bazaar to purchase the kit, you might get the kit in around 10,000. So it is very less, the cost is very less, but it is not that much accurate. Okay, then electronic gold pen is also there, but that is also not very accurate. Density measurement accuracy is very poor because, just because, see, there is one more metal which is called as tungsten. Tungsten metal with the tungsten ka jo metal hai, that the density of tungsten is 19.2 and the density of gold is 19.3. Now just imagine if some added powder of tungsten into the bar of gold, then it is difficult to identify whether it is gold or what. Okay, the impurities, it is difficult to identify the impurities. So density measurement method is there, but it is not very commonly used, I can say, or people are using it, but it is difficult to trust. And if in case you are using it, then along with density measurement, you should use some other method to get extra confidence. That is also very important part. But as per Bureau of Indian Standard, as per Government of India, you have to use to justify or to hallmark the jewelry. Only two methods are allowed. Number one, XRF, number one, fire assay and XRF. These two methods only you can use. XRF 100% you have to do, and sampling basis you have to do the fire assay, and then only you can do the hallmarking of it. Okay, so this is about the different methods and the comparison or conclusion I can say. Now the next topic which we have to talk is about the hallmarking guidelines. Okay, so what is hallmark? क्या है hallmark? Hallmark is nothing but the purity mark. Okay, hallmark gives you confidence. Like see, जब आपको hallmark देखते हो, at that hallmark gives you more confidence on the purity of it, right? So gold hallmarks originated to show the purity of gold in a piece of gold jewelry and included the mark of regulatory body. Of course, in India, we have Bureau of Indian Standard. Along with that, we have a fineness and caratage of the gold followed by HUID. Fineness and caratage. Fineness means what? If you're talking about 22 carat, then the fineness will be 916 and the caratage will be 22K. Okay, followed by the HUID. What do you mean by HUID? It is hallmarking unique identification code. It is 6-digit alphanumeric code which is there on each and every jewelry, and it is different for each and every jewelry. It is not going to get repeat. Okay, each and every jewelry should have a different HUID, that is hallmarking unique identification code. All the hallmarking guidelines are provided in the standard IS 1417-2016. What is 2016? 2016 is the year of publication. Okay, now this is the accurate determination and official recording of the proportionate content of precious metal in precious metal article. So proportionate content of precious metal. For example, if it is 916, that is 22 carat. So that is a proportionate of 1000. Okay. So hallmarks are the official marks used in many countries. It is not only in India. There are many countries who are using hallmarking. Number one, the one who started is United Kingdom. In UK, hallmarking system first started. And from there, it spreads all over the world. And there are few countries who are still not following the hallmarking. It is up to them. But here in our in India, of course, in India we are doing it, and there are two metals which comes under the umbrella of hallmarking. Number one is your gold. Number two is your silver. Now we all know BIS runs this system. Like BIS is having tremendous products along with them, and one of them is metal. Okay, and in that metal, gold and silver, there are many schemes which are run by BIS. They are mandatory. There are few who are mandatory, and there are few who are voluntary. Okay, there are few which are mandatory, and there are few which are voluntary. Okay, so both the metals, gold and silver, both of them were voluntary till 2021. 2021, I guess June or July, June. Okay, but after 2021, they have done the mandate gold. They have made under the mandatory scheme. And from recent, like from 31st March, like from 1st of April 2023, each and every jewelry should have HUID. They just can't sell jewelry without HUID. Okay, so what is there is as per this particular HUID, BIS, there is one portal, okay, which is run by BIS, and the HUIDs are generated on that portal. So what is it? It is accurate determination of official recording of the proportionate content of precious metal in precious metal article. Hallmark is what? It is the official mark which is used in many countries as a guarantee of, just a minute. Hallmark is what? It is the official mark which is used in many countries. In India, we have gold and silver. Okay, silver is not yet mandatory, but gold is, yes, gold is comes under the mandatory hallmarking. Okay. Now, why we do hallmarking, or what is the objective of it? Why object? What is the objective? क्यों चालू किया होगा hallmarking? So basically, we have started hallmarking to protect consumer against victimization due to irregular gold or silver quality, and to develop India as a leading gold market center in the world, and to develop export competitiveness. That is the main objective of hallmarking. Okay. Uh, if you are if you're spending around 60,000 rupees to purchase 10 gram of gold, and if you're not getting that much amount of gold, then there is no point, right? I mean, the common people who are doing it, who are saving money, especially to purchase gold, and if they are not getting it, then I mean, it is not. If they're going to get cheated, there is no point of it. Okay, so that's the reason government of India is very strict. They're taking very strict action, and they have made this particular gold under the mandatory scheme. Okay, so to protect consumer against victimization due to irregular gold or silver quality. Now, see, there are still many people now, like you people are now, you are listening this things, so you people can identify what is correct, what is not. But there are still many common people, or I can say the 3-tier city or 2-tier city, where still the awareness is not there. So people spend the money for 24 carat, but they're actually getting 20 carat. And we saw, like, there are many people who come to visit us in our institute, and they are like, we don't know anything about it. We just know ki, we are purchasing, we are giving money as per 24 carat, and we are getting this 20 carat or 18 carat jewelry. So this something is stopped somewhere, and that's the reason the awareness sessions are there, and we are spreading the awareness about gold. World Gold Council and the institute, and also the sir is doing a very, great job by government of India also to spreading the awareness about the purity of gold. Okay, so now what is the benefit of hallmarking to the customer? Now the objective is very clear, that if you want to export, then definitely you need to focus on quality. Many time, like, many of you might be knowing about it. Here, if you talk about any manufacturing, if you talk with any manufacturing firm, they will talk about quantity rather than quality. what is the quantity or how much production you have done, that is of more importance rather than what is the quality. So this somewhere this thing should stop and we should focus more on quality. And that's the reason we have done this mandatory, and that's the reason the institute is there to train people on how to check the purity, as per standard, and how to do the things step by step. What is the benefit of it to customer? It provide third party assurance to the customer. Okay, why third party? Because the one who is making the jewelry is not doing hallmarking. Then who is doing hallmarking? The hallmarking is done by assaying and hallmarking centers. Okay, which is a third party. For example, if we can take example of any ABC jeweler, okay? If ABC jeweler is manufacturing the jewelry and if XYZ person is purchasing it, then the hallmarking is not done by ABC or XYZ. Hallmarking is done by third party who is not aware about किसने बनाया, कौन लेने वाला है. उन्हें सिर्फ इतना पता है कि हमें check करना है. Okay, so it provides a third party assurance and satisfaction that customer gets right purity of gold for the given price. Hallmark will serve as third-party assurance. Now, what is the benefit to jeweler? Of course, there is benefit to jeweler that it gives the confidence about their capability. It provides clear indication of his capability. It gives strong evidence of commitment to quality and assurance of consistency in purity and quality of gold and silver jewelry. So we see that in many jewelers shop, हमारे यहाँ hallmark jewelry मिलेगा. So they tell us like proudly कि yes, we are confident about what we are selling. So that is the benefit to jeweler. Okay. Now the next is just like we'll see where you will get the details about it, about hallmarking or about jewelers. As I mentioned, hallmarking is not done by anyone. चलो अभी मेरे पास लैब बन गया, मैं हॉलमार्किंग करता हूँ. No, you can't do that. You should have the license from Bureau of Indian Standard. Okay, so it is a mandatory scheme which is being operated by Bureau of Indian Standard through its network of regional and branch offices all over the country. This scheme is license is granted to a jeweler for certification of gold jewelry in accordance with IS 1417. Okay, and the list of jewelers you can see on www.bis.gov.in, or I can say Manak Online. Okay, and Manak Online, like that is a very this thing, like what I can say, the website where you can get all the details about the jewelers as well as about Assaying and Hallmarking Center. Assaying and Hallmarking Center is a body which works on behalf of Bureau of Indian Standard. Okay, so yeah, just give me a minute, please. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry. So yes, you will get the jeweler like the details about Assaying and Hallmarking Centers about on this Manak Online website. Okay, and you can just visit that website. Yeah, now we'll discuss about caratage. So what are the different caratage which are there? Minimum carat in India is 14 carat. What is the PPT of it? It is 585. So 14 carat, 18 carat, 20 carat, 22 carat, 23 carat, and 24 KS. These are the caratage which are allowed to make the jewelry, and hallmarking centers can do the hallmarking of it. Okay, 14K is 585, 18K is 750, 20K is 833, 22K is 916, 23K is 958, 24KS is 995. Now here 24, basically what they have done is earlier 24 carat was like anything above 995 was 24, but now what they have done is they have divided this into two, 24KS and 24KF. KS, S stand for carat standard, okay, and KF, F stands for carat fine. Okay, so you can make a jewelry of 995. You cannot make jewelry for KF because 999 is very soft. Okay, so hallmarking center was not allowed to do the marking of 999, but they can mark 995. That is mentioned in the note that gold or gold alloy of 24KF designation is applicable for bullion and coins only and not applicable for gold jewelry and artifacts. Okay, this is about your caratage. The next what we have is marking. what exactly are the different marks which are there on our jewelry, which you look for. Number one, BIS standard mark. There is a triangle of BIS, so that mark should be there on your hallmark. Purity in carat and fineness. Okay, carat, if you take example like 22 carat, then 22K916 should be the mark on the jewelry. The next, which like anything, if you have a 18 carat, then 18K750, like that. Then the next is 6-digit HUID. As I have already mentioned, what is HUID? It is hallmarking unique identification code. Okay, and so these are the 3 marks which should be there on your jewelry. Before the jewelry making, like before the hallmarking making mandatory, there were 5 marks used to have on the jewelry. The first is BIS mark, purity mark, 4 marks, sorry, BIS mark, purity mark, SA center mark, and jewelers mark. But now SA center mark and jewelers mark is replaced by the 6-digit HUID code. Okay, now this is for jewelry. Then if you have a gold, if you're purchasing gold coin or gold bar, like I said, the next week we are having one festival coming, so there are many people who are going to purchase the gold coin or small bars, or as per their requirement. So on those coins or on those bars, you can check for below marks like BI standard mark, fineness mark, name identification of the manufacturer, and serial number. Okay, each and every coin have its serial number, so that serial number should also be there. So these are the marking for gold bar and gold coin. Gold bar and gold coin is not yet mandatory. Jewelry is 100% mandatory. Okay, so this is about the thing. Yeah, this is the marking. You can see on screen the images with the mark. Okay, this is how the hallmark looks. Now you might think, अरे ये तो कोई भी कुछ भी लिख देगा. How to trace it? Is that possible to trace it? The answer is yes. You can trace it whether it is correct or not. Okay, so that you can trace it with the help of BIS Care app. Okay, the BIS Care app is available, like it's there on the Google Play Store. So you can log in and like you can install that, and you can see there is a verify HUID tab. You can click on verify HUID tab, and here you can see the 6-digit code. So that code you need to insert into that particular verify HUID and click on enter, and you will get the entire detail about the jewelry. That jewelry is manufactured where, jewelry is sold by whom, the hallmarking is done by whom, what is their license number, when does this hallmarking is done, each and every detail about, जैसे हम कुंडली बोलते हैं वैसे वो हॉलमार्किंग से आपको ज्वेलरी, वो HUID से आपको ज्वेलरी का पूरा कुंडली मिल जाएगा. So all these details you can identify on your mobile with the help of BIS Care app. Okay, so yes, this is all about our very general awareness session. So all these things and more than this we discussed in our regular trainings program. But yes, this is a special session we made for you people to make you aware about the gold and its various testing program. So yes, this much things from our side. Sir, Ashutosh sir, please you can continue.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You have explained it in a very well manner that what are the testing methods, how to test, what are the equipments. It would be very good if you kindly share a few of the slides of your presentation to the participants. Certainly,
Okay.
it will be very good. Not, I don't understand. Whatsoever is very easily, you just discuss it in your organization. And if something you can share, it will be very good because they will understand what are the equipments actually required. And secondly, the the training purpose. If some of few of them they want to start their own assaying center, they can do it with the help of this, with the help of your training. What type of trainings you are providing? How much is the duration? What is the testing training fees? And how we can do something? See it whether the testing, if you are providing this training only in Bombay, how the people from Gujarat, how the people from other parts of country, they can be trained either online or offline. If you agree, we can provide you the training facility at Ahmedabad, which we have this office. And right now, even my 12 children of an engineering college who are doing the internship, they are sitting over here. They are doing this. They have just understanding what you are doing. So my request is at least this program, this particular slides, you can share with these children, with these students, so that they can understand what actually you are doing. If you can provide this type of hands-on training and you can extend your training capacities or training facilities at other parts of the country, like in Ranchi, we have the institution, or other our own laboratories where we have the testing facility or the training facility. You can do that, some free of cost training, some small, very minimal training cost training programs can be organized in cooperation with you, and for the not only for the students but for the industries also who want to start the gold, because in Gujarat, as we are sitting over there, in Gujarat we have large number of manufacturers as well as sellers everywhere. So how they can start this testing, or they can install their own testing facility in their own premises. All these type of things you can consider once, and with your organization you can discuss. Now I will request, if any one of the participant would like to ask any of the question, you are free to ask. Santosh ji,
Sir. Yes, sir.
can you just make all of them the participants, the panelists, so that number one, they can ask the question, as well as we can take the photographs for putting it on the Twitter handle and other handles of the
Okay, sir.
of legal metrology, where they can see, yes, we have participated in this program. So first of all, I would like to request all the participants to kindly switch off your mic and switch on your video so that we can take your pictures firstly. And my request is, you can ask either question through the WhatsApp chat, or sorry, through the chat, or directly you can ask, because we are making you panelist. Anybody who would like to ask any of the question related to start this facility? Even anybody can start this gold testing facility now in India, because there are large number of facilities, or there are large number of requirement which is very soon going to develop. We are also having, this is a very big work we are having in India. We are having large number of jewelries which are used to be sold every year. How to do with the old jewelry, how to certify the old jewelry, all these things are very important, because now I think that everybody has large number of jewelry available with them. Because in India, since beginning, we are we are the gold loving people, and we used to save, because it's a basically savings also. We when for the whenever required, we can use this gold. So my request is, if anybody wants to start this, even this business of gold testing, they can think of it. It is a very good opportunity. With the help of the this association of this institution and the BIS, it can be done. I think government is also giving a lot of support for this testing facility, for developing this testing facility throughout the country. Hallmarking is only for the right now. It is on the gold, only for the gold items, I think.
Yes,
Santoshi,
hallmarking is for gold and silver both, but yes, mandatory is at the moment, mandatory scheme is gold only. But yes, there are people who are doing silver also. But and what I heard is sooner or later it will come under the mandatory. But yes, at the moment there are only two metals.
okay, very good, very good. And there are other large number of other precious metals. Certainly, it may also
Absolutely.
start.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely, yeah.
yes. So it's a good thing. People can
Yes,
think of it.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and the laboratories which are already working not only in this field but in other fields, they can also start thinking
Yes,
about having this facility in their own premises. It will be a very good gold testing facility.
yes.
Anybody else who wish to ask any question? Is yellow gold is always treated as best as compared to white and pink?
Treated as what?
Treated as best as compared to pink and white. Yes, true.
Yeah, I mean, yellow gold, if you see the yellow gold, then it will be like the purity of gold will be high. So definitely the quantity or the, I could say, the price wise, or if you are reselling it, or then again, then yellow gold is also again like, it can give you good value.
True.
rather than the white gold or any other gold, because in other gold the quantity of gold is less, and whereas in yellow gold the quantity of gold is more.
True.
Yeah.
Santoshji, have you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you very much, ma'am. Yeah, I would like to thank your organization who has provided this facility to support us for this program to create an awareness among the large number of people. And I would like to thank all the participants who have participated, being on Sunday due to some other works. I could, unfortunately, due to some official exigencies, I could not organize this program yesterday. But we will meet again very next week, next coming Saturday. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.